comics and listen to my comics. Seeing folks that look like me, whose powers are astronomical. So like Frankie J, where he discusses comics.
Welcome back, fellow knowledge seekers. It's My Comics busting through your speakers, and I am your host, Frankie J, and this network is where we discuss those comics night and day. But before we begin, you know the deal and you know the drill. Hit that subscribe bell and button to get future notifications from My Comics. And next, let's go ahead and give a salute to Paul the Reason for introducing this underrated character, bringing him to our attention. Outstanding. And now, let's get down to the history of Bloodwynd. And it goes a little something like this. Hit it! I'm just messing around. I thought I was going to drop a funky beat because I brung in that so tight. Anyways, let's talk about the history of Bloodwynd. I'm saying history because this is a history lesson. It's going to go back into our ancestors, go back in time. You know, it's times y'all don't want to talk about, you don't want to remember, but this character was created as a reminder of what we have been through and the power that we possess. He has been a member of the Justice League and Sentinels of Magic. Bloodwynd was created by Dan Jurgens. His first appearance was under the disguise of Martian Manhunter, this guy right here. And that was in Justice League Spectacular, issue number 1. It's up on the screen. Bloodwynd himself appeared for the first time in Justice League America, issue number 76. I put that up on the screen for you also. Don't be afraid to go check out these comic books because they're tight. This underwritten, underrated, and underestimated superhero fights crime using necromancy, and we will discuss how that works later in this video. He is the descendant of African American slaves that were brutalized. He gets his powers from a blood gem that has been passed down through the decades from slave to slave, free man to free man. But what's interesting about his powers is the gem and how the gem was created. And you know we're going to discuss it, but we'll discuss it after you have liked and subscribed to my channel. And don't forget to comment. Nah, you ain't gotta do all that because I'm still gonna tell you about it anyway. So let's get down to it. Bloodwynd's ancestors were owned by a brutal and sadistic piece of trash named Jacob Whitney. Bloodwynd's ancestors were, of course, pissed off about the situation. So we performed a ritual and created the mystical blood gem. With this blood gem, they killed old Jacob Whitney. Wish I'd have been there for that. I'd have watched that 100 times over. Like Django, baby. What they didn't know about the blood gem is it had a hidden microscopic world in it. In this world, the spirit of the slain slave owner was taken over by a demon called Rot, which caused the blood gem to absorb the darker side of whomever possessed the gem. Because of this, over time, Rot grew stronger and stronger until the demon Rot was able to imprison Bloodwynd in the blood gem and take over Bloodwynd's mind and body. Then the demon Rot took control of Martian Manhunter's mind and compelled him to wear the blood gem and impersonate Bloodwynd. Rot had the mind control Manhunter shapeshift into Bloodwynd and return to the Justice League. Rot's plan was to find a power source strong enough to help him escape the blood gem. However, the plan was foiled by those pesky do-gooders known as the Justice League. The Justice League battled and beat the demon Rot and freed Bloodwynd. Man, this storyline in this character is fire. And yes, there are more adventures about Bloodwynd as a member of the Justice League. However, we will discuss them in a later video. Go support this character and check him out. We need to bring him back to the forefront. This will be the perfect character because guess what? His powers also are off the chain. That blood gem on Bloodwynd's chest, one blood, is the main source of his powers. It grants him the power of flight, optic blast, superhuman strength and durability, and unspecified mystical powers. The limits of his powers are unknown and have been hinted to be vast. In fact, in an encounter with the energy-draining villain Starbreaker, the villain is shocked by the amount of energy inside Bloodwynd, stating it exceeds even that of Superman. That's right, eat that up, you Superman fanboys. He got more power inside of him than Superman, and then we put him on the bench. We need to bring him back in the game. Anyways, Bloodwynd is also an accomplished necromancer. He can summon spirits from the dead, which give him life energy and increased power. He can sense where death has occurred, and he can force murderers to experience the pain of their victims, similar to that of the Ghost Rider's penance stare. This concludes the video. Hope you enjoy. Yo, Charles Hazleton III! Bring that out, bro!
Seeing folks that look like me, whose powers are astronomical. So like Frankie J, where he discusses comics night and day. But have you stepping back, alternative.